Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Patricia, and this is
Alan.
Alan. Welcome to our channel. Well, you have to reintroduce. So, you guys, I am so sorry. We've been out for about 3 weeks, and I apologize. We just want to let you know we're still around. We just moved. We just recently moved to a new house, and if you've ever moved to a new house,
a lot of things going on.
A lot of things going on, trying to close on a house and purchase another house, and just it's been very hectic the past few weeks. And at the same time, it was Thanksgiving and the holidays and family coming in town. So it's just been really crazy past few weeks. So hence the reason why we have not been able to film. We had to try to figure out a new studio and filming place. So all of that. But we are back, and I promise we'll be, posting more videos. But I wanted to come back and let y'all know what's been going on, and we'll probably do a video, just kind of to tell you a little bit why we had to move. It was kind of unexpected, but like a necessity. Like we needed to
just refiguring things.
Yeah, we're figuring things. So we'll do a video and kind of tell you a little bit why we had to move and the whole process, and maybe do even a house tour. So we'll talk about that on another video. But today I kind of wanted to do this video about how to manage stress around the holidays. A lot of people don't talk about that, but as much as the holidays is a very jolly and happy time, and all the family and things, and, great things that happen around the holiday time, but for some people it can be very stressful. It can be a very depressive time, anxiety provoking time, so I kind of just wanted to talk about that today, on how some tips on how to manage stress during the holiday, so that you don't really miss the reason for the season, that you get to enjoy your family and the things that really matter and reflect, instead of just stressing about all the other stuff that society expects us to do, that the media is pushing us to do, all of that. So I brought in my husband Alan, because we just we're having this conversation, and I thought he'd share some pretty good tips. So I kind of wanted to bring him on, and so we can talk about this.
Okay.
Right.
Follow your lead on this one.
Okay.
I don't know what I said to provoke.
You just saying some pretty cool stuff, just how we've been managing. This is our 7th year, spending the holidays together.
Right.
Well, 8 year and 7 year married.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I will have to say that for the past 5 years, we've been hosting every year. Every time we said we will not host this year, it always happens. Like this year, we just moved, and we ended up hosting Thanksgiving.
I thought it was going to your mom's house.
The plan was to spend it at my mom's house. Last minute, she's like, "Well, I'm gonna have this procedure and blah blah." And I was like, "You know what? It's Thanksgiving. We want to eat, and so I don't want to be here questioning last minute. Are we gonna be eating or not? Are we gonna spend?" So we decided, hey, we're just gonna go ahead and do it. And thankfully, the house was decent to host, and we had about
10 people?
10 people? Yeah. So it was awesome. It was a great time. But, just doing that, hosting and all these things, can be stressful. So just, a few tips that I kind of wanted to share on just how we, managing. Like I said, we've been doing this for like 5 years now. So we've learned along the way are certain things, that has worked for us, But I also kind of wanted, of course, I am a clinician, so I do have to look at also the mental health aspect of it, because I've seen clients around this time of the year where they really get depressed. And there is such a thing on the DSM-5, which you guys know is the Bible for mental health. Right. That is called seasonal affective disorder. And that is a depression that typically is seasonal, that comes around the same time of the year. And typically it's around the fall and winter time, which kind of falls around also the time with the holidays. So you have people
missing loved ones and things like
that. Right. There's for some people that time of the year reminds them of the people that are no longer in their lives, parents or friends that have gone, and so that time can be, grief, can start again, and some people feel that they miss their loved ones. Some people isolate, because they don't really know how to deal or cope with it, or they don't want to look awkward, all of that. So there is that. That is actually, if you're going through that is a true diagnosis that there is seasonal affective disorder. And just, in the winter time, the days are shorter. There's not as much light and sunshine, and that, just affects your mood when there's not, enough sunshine. So all of that can increase, depression around the holiday seasons. Okay, so that's just a little bit of clinical fact for you, so that if you are experiencing this, that you're not weird, or it's uncommon. It's actually very common. Okay, so just some tips on as you go into this holiday season. There's Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas. What's some other holidays around this time of the year? No? Yeah, but anyways, depending on your faith and your religion, your culture, this time of the year, a lot of people are celebrating what? NBA, really? Is that a holiday?
Playoffs.
Well, I guess, some people count it as a holiday, I guess. Super Bowl, true, Super Bowl seasons, all of that.
Right.
Yeah, so, I wanted to say, I guess number one tip I would say is planning ahead.
Right.
Definitely preparation is key, so that you don't find yourself overwhelmed and stressed out in last minute. So planning ahead, if a lot of the times holiday involves traveling. For certain people, it's gift giving, because that's part of the holiday. So there's parties and things like that. So for you not to feel overwhelmed, I think the key is having a plan and setting up. How many parties are you gonna go to? Because you don't have to feel obligated to go to all the parties, because it's fun, but it can become very overwhelming, and you feel like every parties you have to bring a gift, and gift exchange, what I'm gonna wear, all of that can become not only mentally stressful but financially stressful. So be able to plan ahead, determine how many parties that you can go to without you starting to feel like you are overspending or being stressed out, and actually enjoying the parties that you're going to. Preparing for gifts, plan ahead for how much, what's the budget, set up a budget on how much you're wanting to spend on gifts, for those of you who have children, how much you spend. We typically don't really even, like around Christmas time, we don't really do expensive gifts anymore. For the past couple years, we've kind of just been doing like a $20 limit, because it's, we just don't want to get all wrapped up in the whole, gift thing. Because the true gift for us is Jesus. He's really the reason for the season, and so we'll rather, enjoy that time really just as a family, and just thanking Christ for his birth, and just spending some quality time together as a family, rather than going shopping and all that, and trying to be all stressed out about filling out a whole list of things like that, and we used to do that, and don't get me wrong, it was fun, but for where we're trying to go, and our financial goal, and so we just felt like
a lot of times you have that stuff, but then about a month later, you don't even know you have it.
You forget about that, and you find a lot of people that get in debt around the holiday season because they're trying to make sure you buy the right gift or the most exciting gift for your children. Most of the time, the kids don't even care. They'll be excited for a moment, but then a month later they forget it. But then comes January, you over here with the whole statement, credit card statement, and you end up working the rest of the year trying to pay off that balance, only to get more debt the next year. And that I really don't think that is is the Lord's will for your life. And you know, even the people that truly love you, I don't think if they really love you that they want you to get in debt just so you can give them a gift, you know? So it's just something to think about. I can't talk. But yeah, but you know, sometimes I think that, you know, we get really so focused on things that are, you know, kind of somewhat vain, you know, that don't really matter. I think people, you know, gift giving is a good way to, you know, appreciate the people in our lives, and people just appreciate that you thought about them. And it's not so much about the amount that you spend, you know, just some food for thought. So
I think planning too for food, just like we were doing you know, with the Thanksgiving and everything like that. We 2 or 3 weeks prior,
we had a menu.
We sat down together, just like, you know, a budget meeting or whatever. You put that in the family meeting or whatnot of, hey, these are the things that you think may taste good. And this will have a taste for. You better have dressing. And,
so we knew we had dressing, mac and cheese.
You know, that type of stuff. You got to put it on the menu and plan it out and go get your items beforehand. If you can do it, you cut it down like, this week I'm getting this. This week I'm getting this. So
do that ahead of time, because
you're not at Walmart
and waited
and all that, you know.
Like I waited last minute, and the Walmart was out of collard greens. You know, so that was a problem, because like Thanksgiving without collard greens is just a no-no. So plan ahead, so you're not stressing last minute, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna have this food or whatever.
Or you get the lights cut off on you because you're the last minute shopper, because you have to go run and go get some spices.
That happened to him, where
we
ended up having to go to the grocery store like 4 times the night before.
No, correction. I had to go to the grocery store 4 or 5 times.
My bad. Somebody's still resentful. But anyways, because last minute we knew that the grocery store will close on Thanksgiving, so we were trying to get all this, and I think it was all about just the dressing and the pie. We were missing all this. Oh, we realized that we didn't have the celeries. We realized that we didn't have vanilla. We realized that we didn't have the carnation milk. I mean, so we kept on. He kept on running to the store and making sure that we get everything before the grocery store, because I think they were closing at midnight, right? So again, those kind of things can be, you know, stress provoking. So definitely plan ahead, write down your menu.
In food related items, you can get your 4 trusted cooks that you're inviting, because not everybody can throw down like that. So you could ask them to, you know, you got the dessert, or you got this dish, so it's not on one person or one family or whatever,
if somebody,
and that causes stress too.
So if somebody offers, or you know, they ask you, is there anything that I can bring? Please say yes. You know, want to delegate. You don't have to do it all. You know, first of all, you're hosting the people that are appreciative that you opened up your home to host them. So if they want to bring in something, please say yes. You know, you don't have to be Superman or Superwoman, you know. Let them bring the dessert, or let them bring a dish, or even if it's too stressful for you to cook for everyone, make it a potluck where everybody brings. Make it a potluck where everybody brings a little bit of a dish. I mean, the most important thing is that you get to spend time together and share a meal together, you know, because food is love, you know, because people enjoy that time that you spend together, eating together. That's really all that matters. That's what they remember, you know, like in the words of Maya Angelou, people will remember the way you made them feel, you know, more than anything. So so you know, the joy that they feel at that moment, the laughter that you spend, the memories that you create at that moment, that's what really matters. Okay, so I don't know how many tips that was already, like 3.
It's probably like 3, but those are really important.
Important ones, definitely. Another tip that I wanted to share was, you know, gifts, you know, because I feel like, you know, we have to, you know, especially with social media and the news, or TV, you know, they keep, you know, putting all these things on your face, or all those expensive gifts that you have to get. And, you know, I want you not to feel obligated that you have to buy all the latest gadget for your children or the people in your life to be happy. There's some creative gifts that you can get that are inexpensive but meaningful, you know. We have a lot of therapists and nurses, a lot of people that really help us with medicine. So I really around this time of the year, would like to appreciate them, give them something just to, to thank them for, being part of our support system. That's kind of like, a lot of these therapists have been with us for now, as long as Madison, has been there. So it's kind of like family now, So I just want to, appreciate them at the end of the year. And so, because there's a lot of them, there's about like 8 of them, therapists and nurses and teachers. So, we try to find useful gifts, like calendar. Yeah, that's a good one for therapists because they're always trying to set up their schedule.
Right.
So that's an inexpensive gift that you can give teachers, people always love their coffee, you can always create a gift card.
People like to eat.
Yeah, right. You can make it, $5-10 gift card, there's gift like, I was thinking about, for example, cleaning products, hand sanitizers, things like that, teachers and nurses and, therapists, people like that know that they are going to use it, Bath and Body Works always has like the great little gift set, you can never go wrong with lotion and hand sanitizers, things like that, blankets. Just be creative. Don't feel that you have to spend, this amount of money to get a good gift. You can be really, creative and find gifts that are less than $20 and $10. But I think those gifts mean more because the people can see that you really took the time to find and be creative, to create a gift, that they would appreciate. Okay. Yeah. So that's just, another tip there. What else? What's another tip you will share with them on managing the stress? Oh, there's a really good one because also I know a lot of people really dread the holidays because you feel like you have to meet family members that you don't really want to see. Those uncles and aunties that always want to be nosy and ask you all these questions about your life now. Why ain't you married yet? Or why, you ain't got no baby yet? We get that a lot. So when are y'all having your next kid? All of those nosy questions and people want to ask you around the holidays and those family members that you really don't care about, but you feel like obligated to see them because it's the holidays. So really planning ahead for that too, the conversations, So one tip that I will share with you in regard to that, when they ask you questions like, because I get that especially from my friends that are still single, people always want to know, when are you getting married? Are you dating anybody? I mean, you don't have to be rude, but you can kind of redirect the conversation towards them. You can say, hey, waiting on the Lord, God's perfect timing, He will send the right one. I'm in no hurry. We ain't doing no competition. It's not a race.
Or you can say, I'm enjoying my hot girl summer.
Do you know what hot girl summer is?
No, I thought it was.
Yeah.
For those that,
I mean,
almost there.
Okay. All right.
Okay, sorry.
I mean, if you feel like you need to enjoy your hot girl summer, but it's winter time.
I'm talking about the girls. You can't be a dude that messes with my hot girl summer.
I know. Okay, but I need you to really watch that video first. About the hot girl summer. So I don't know.
It was off.
I don't know. But hey, you know what? If it works for you, then you can use this line. It's kind of winter time right now, so I don't know about hot girl summer in the winter time. Let me not say anything, okay? I don't really know all about the hot girl summer, except for that it's kind of like the whole Miss Independent, but some people have been taking this hot girl summer to the other extreme. So I'm kind of a little bit, hesitate before I tell you people go and enjoy your hot girl summer, because some people just go over the top.
Okay.
Yeah, but anywho.
Well,
but
you can say, if you're a believer, you can say, my warm winter worship. Yeah.
What? No, just stop.
Okay, sorry.
But anywho, So that was one of the tips, just redirect the conversation. A lot of the times people love to talk about themselves.
Right.
So when they start asking you these questions, you start asking them questions about themselves. Because a lot of the times then people will just start talking about themselves and what's been going on in their life. So redirect the conversation about what's been going on in your life. What are you doing with your life, your career, your kids and your husband.
Right.
While instead of asking me all these questions about me. So redirect the conversation.
Something productive.
Yeah.
And you don't want to get
right.
friction.
You want to stay in that positive, jolly, and they ask you about your baby. When are you having a baby? Just tell them, get off my uterus. Like, get off my uterus. Yeah.
You was talking about me.
I mean, okay. Don't be mean. Don't be rude. So. You may not use that line for everybody. Some people you have to tell them to get off your uterus. Certain people, if it's older people, you have to be respectful. You can just kind of tell them again, in God's perfect timing, it will happen, God knows. Yeah. So it's the truth, So anyway, that's one tip, with dealing with those awkward conversations with our family members. So I think, I will close with the last one that I would say is probably the most important around the holiday season is keeping an attitude of gratitude.
Right.
Because really this is what this whole season is about. Everyone kind of slows down, to really spend time with your loved ones, reflect on, everything that, went on that year and being really grateful that you're still alive, that you are healthy, that you are on your right mind. If some of you know our story, just the health challenges that we deal, with medicine, even with my own health, there's so much to be thankful for. Many things may not be exactly the way you want it to be, but if you're still able to hear, you're able to taste, you're able to walk on your own 2 feet, or just being able to breathe, there's something to be grateful for. You have roof over your head, you have a job, or just clothes to wear, all of those things, the food, being grateful for that. One exercise that I typically give clients, that are really struggling with finding contentment in their lives is I tell them every day, try to think about 3 things that you are thankful for. So the more you do that exercise, it helps you to really focus on those things, on those positive things that are going on in your life rather than all the negative things that goes on. Because yes, life, sometimes, things are just gonna suck. You're gonna have things in life that are not going well and things like that. But in the midst of all that chaos, there's still some positive things that are going on, and you want to focus your energy on the things that are going well, that are great in your life. So that's pretty much, all the tips that we had. So enjoy the holiday season. Be safe out there. Don't let the stress and the pressure of, society and family or what you see in social media get to you.
Right.
Remember really what the reason of the season is. For those that are Christians, Jesus Christ is really why we celebrate, the Christmas season, and that is the ultimate gift. If you're not a believer, just this time of having, family around and being able to slow down to just appreciate the people we love most about, do spend that time focusing on those things. Okay, so I hope you guys have happy holidays. So we'll see you again on the next video. And so what are they supposed to do now? Subscribe.
Like. Pray for us.
And pray for us.
All right.
Thank you so much. Bye.